to Stretch and Flow. My name is Bridget from Lucky Elephant Yoga and Wellness, and I will be leading you through the class today. So Stretch and Flow is a little bit higher step up from a gentle class. It includes a little bit more balance work, a little bit more core and strength in the arms work. And so we're just taking it kind of up a notch. But with any yoga class that you're in, you should always take it at your own pace and really make sure that you're doing only the things that feel okay for your body, and anything that is within any realm of injury or anything like that, then just stay away from that. Rest whenever you need to. That's the great thing about a video, is that you can pause at any time. You can fast forward and skip over a part. You can go get a drink of water. Totally whatever you need to do. So if you have a yoga mat, go ahead and lay that down. You can also practice on a rug, or you don't need too much grip, but just something that has a little bit of grip and not too thick or plush would be a good idea. If you have a blanket, you can have either a yoga blanket or a throw blanket, whatever's laying around your house. You can also just use like a nice throw pillow off of your couch. And then I have a couple of blocks behind me as well. And so if you have a couple of yoga blocks, that's nice. If not, a couple of books, cereal boxes, soda bottles, whatever works best, that will help to give you a little bit of extra support as well. So we're gonna start today just taking a nice seat and getting the hips a little elevated so that our knees and our hips and our thighs can all soften. And let's just start kind of rubbing the thighs and getting just a little bit of sensation there. You can go up and down the thighs, just starting to wake up some of the muscles of the body, wake up some of the nerves. Good. And then we're gonna actually take our feet today and do a little foot massage. So good to connect into some gentle massage, just to encourage the nervous system to begin to ground. And the physical body is a great way to release tension and stress, and even the mind and that nervous system, that autonomic system of our body. So let's do the other foot. And just some nice strokes. You can take your thumb and just kind of dig in there to the fascia at the bottom of the feet. Good. Awesome. All right. And now just take those hands and place them right on your thighs. And take a tall seat. Let your sits bones begin to ground. And here you can close your eyes or find a soft downward gaze. Take a moment just to savor quiet. And perhaps you don't take enough quiet for yourself. Most of us don't. We tend to be very busy throughout our days. And so quiet becomes like a treat. But resting and residing in quiet is so powerful. Notice the sounds that surround wherever you are. Let those sounds start to dissipate so that you come to a place of more quiet. The attention becomes more quiet. And notice your skin. The texture, the temperature, the way that your muscles and your bones and your joints feel in this moment. Notice how the breath begins to respond to the scanning of the physical body. Allow the breath to be centrally located into your belly. Arise with the inhale, and a soften with the exhale. And then perhaps you begin to add a gentle count to your breath. So breathing in for the count of 2 or 3. And breathing out for the same count that you breathed in. So 2 or 3. And you get to be empowered in that depth, in that length. But we just start to even out. Inhale and exhale. Maybe for the next few rounds, you add 1 count to the inhale and the exhale. So 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 4. Beginning to just explore and test the limits of the breath in a gentle, easy way. Nothing that causes any kind of tension. And as we're doing this breath, maybe you begin to notice that the mind has begun to soften, to release its grip on things outside of just breathing. Give your mind permission to stay with these breaths, to stay with this task at hand for a few more moments. Let's take a full big inhale through the belly and exhale through your mouth, sighing out. Let's do that 2 more times. And 1 more time. And at the end of that exhale, just release your chin to your chest. Place your hands down beside your hips. Both hands, both fingers graze the earth. And then roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Get a nice big breath in here. And exhale, release the chin to the chest. Inhale, roll left ear to left shoulder. And exhale, release. We're going to go back and forth a few more times. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Good. And this time, let's take it over to the right and then all the way around to the back if that's okay on your head and neck. And now over to the left and down to center. And reverse. Over to the left, back, over to the right, and release. Good. Keeping chin to chest. Place your hands back on those thighs. Sweep the hands out to your knees. Big full breath in. And as you exhale, rock back and round out through the spine. Inhale, bend your elbows, slide the hands all the way back so the heels of your hands reach the crease of the hips. Roll the shoulders back, hug your elbows and lift your chest. Good, and exhale, slide the hands forward and round the back. Nice, we're gonna do that again. So the hands come all the way up into the crease of the hips, lift the chest, hug the elbows. Exhale, rocking it back. Beautiful. 2 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now holding onto those knees, just start circling through the whole torso. So we continue this waking of the hips all the way through the low back, into the shoulders. Good. And then circle the opposite direction. Nice. And then let's come all the way up to sit. Sweep your arms up alongside your ears. Clasp your hands and flip the palms and just stretch up through the waist, through the ribs, through the palms of the hands, and through the top of your head. As you exhale, tip over to the right, keeping both hips super grounded, and you can turn your head to look underneath that left arm. Good. From here, we're going to bend the elbows and bring your hands behind your head. And then release the right hand down. Take a little deeper side bend. Keep the left hip grounding. Big full breath in. Exhale, round toward the right knee. Inhale, lift your left elbow, turn the chest to the left. Exhale, round toward the right knee, letting that left elbow release down. Inhale, lift the elbow, turn the chest up. Exhale, round, beautiful. And now let's sweep both arms all the way up. And as you exhale, turn to the right. Release your right hand back behind you and your left hand to your right thigh. Let's keep the head looking over the left shoulder. Big full breath in. And as you exhale, turn the chest to the right, but keep your head looking over the left. Big breath in. Exhale, turn. Good, one more time. And this time as you turn your head to the right. Good, staying tall through the spine. Breathing deep. And then let's just release and come back to center. Nice, switch to the crossing of your legs, coming onto the opposite crossing. And then we're gonna sit tall. Good, take your hands to your knees, big full breath in. Exhale, rock back. Let's wake up the hips in this location. Now slide the hands back. Heels of your hands into the crease of your hips. Roll the shoulders, hug the elbows, lift your chest. Exhale, round the spine, hands to the knees. Inhale, slide the hands back. Hug those elbows, lift the chest. Exhale, round. Very nice. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now holding onto the knees, take those circles around with the torso. And you'll notice one side different from the other side, feeling sensations in different parts of the body, even when simply the crossing of the legs is what's different. Reverse the directions of your circle. And it's because the way that our legs are crossed, the way that we lean our body, all differs. What muscles get to engage, what joints are in what position. Good. And then sitting nice and tall. Sweep your arms up. Clasp your hands, and now from here, let's switch the crossing of the clasping of our hands. So the other pinky fingers on the outside. Flip your palms, really stretch up, reaching all the way up, and now tip to the left. Keep both hips grounding. That right hip is just as heavy as the left, and you can turn your head to look underneath the right arm. Deep breaths here. And then let's bend the elbows, bring your hands behind your head. And release your left hand down. Take a little deeper side bend here. Good, breathe. Big full breath in. Exhale, round toward the left knee. Inhale, open up, lift the elbow. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. Very nice. Sweep both arms up alongside your ears. And as you exhale, turn to the left. Release that left hand back behind you. Right hand to the left thigh. Big breath in as you lengthen super tall. Exhale, your head stays over your right shoulder as you twist. Another inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist, still looking at me. Good, one more time. And exhale, and this time you turn the head gently to look over the left shoulder. Deep breaths here, staying nice and tall. Good, and now turn it back to center. Very nice, everybody. Let's open the legs wide. And keep sitting up on a blanket or a soft pillow or something so that you can feel a little tilt of the pelvis and give yourself a little bit of extra help here so that we're not rounding into the back, okay? So with our legs wide, you get to choose how wide you take your legs today, but make sure it's to a point where you can sit upright. The knees and the toes can stay pointing up towards the sky. And then take one of your blanket blocks or books and place it to the inside of your right thigh. Let's place the right hand on the right block, left hand to your waist, turn your chest to the left, and then tip your right shoulder down and see if your right forearm can find the block. Roll that shoulder back and let's just take some deep breaths here. Good, keeping length in the ribs and then opening across the collarbones. Sweep your left arm up and over your left ear and see if you can reach those fingertips towards your right toes. They do not have to touch. If you feel collapsing here in the right side under the neck, then release the block. Yeah. And breathe. Keep that left knee facing up, left toes facing up. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And then come all the way back up. Turn back to center, very nice. Take the block to the left inner thigh and place your left hand on the block. Place your right hand onto your waist and turn your chest to the right. Good, and then tip that left shoulder down so the forearm comes onto the block. We're just gonna focus on length here and turning of the chest and the spreading wide of the collarbones. Good, your head can turn to look up. But keep the neck super long, don't collapse. Good, another breath here. And then we'll release that block if that's available for you. We're gonna go a little deeper and sweep the right arm up and over, reaching towards the left toes. Good, keep active through that right foot. Another breath in, and another breath out. Good, and then come all the way back up. Turn to face center. Keep the knees and toes pointing forward and let's walk it forward and fold for some deep, full breaths. Try to keep the chest reaching forward as long as you can, and then when the chest won't guide you forward anymore, that's when you release your head and your shoulders. So the low back is still staying long and not round. Breathing into those inner thighs. One more breath. And then slowly roll yourself all the way up to sit. Good, take a hold of the back of your thighs and carefully bring your knees closer together. Bend those knees. Now from here, you're still gonna keep the feet wide and place your hands back behind you. So you're gonna shift back and just kind of rest in your hands. Start to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Good. And then the next time you go over to the right, let's stay there. And come up and over to the left. Good. Now from here, we'll stay at the left a little longer, and maybe that left ankle can find the top of the right thigh. Do not be on the knee, but try the thigh. So if this doesn't work, then just keep the legs uncrossed. But you might get a little deeper stretch, well, wherever you feel it, but I feel it back here. My external rotators that are always working because I'm always opening up the hips and not internally rotating enough. Good, one more breath. And let's uncross, come back to center. Big breath in and exhale it over to the right. Good, so we'll stay here, and this time you can take that right ankle and cross it on top of the left thigh. Good, deep, full breaths. One more breath here. Good, and then uncross that ankle, bring the legs back to center. All right, and let's come onto hands and knees. So you can just swing the legs around, and then you can place your blanket off to the side, unless you would like it underneath your knees for extra cushion. So hands, wrists right under shoulders, knees right under hips. The front ribs are wrapping together. So you want those front ribs wrapping towards each other to engage your transverse abdominis and support your spine here. Let's take an inhale, arch the spine, lift chest and tail, look forward. And an exhale to lift the belly, round the back, looking down at the navel. Inhale, arch, lift and open. Exhale, round. Good, two more. And exhale. And one more time. And exhale. Awesome. Now come back to a long spine. Crown of your head forward. Sits bones back. We're going to walk the hands one handprint forward. And then shift your shoulders forward so they're right over your wrists. And shift back to the knees. Good. Shift forward. And shift back. Now when you shift forward, I want you to feel the weight into the knuckles and into the pads of the fingers. And then shift back. Good, now this time shift forward, hug your elbows towards your waist. We're gonna bend the elbows just till they meet the ribs. Press back up and shift back. Awesome. Shift forward, bend the elbows. Shift up and shift back. Good. So what we're not doing is this, elbows are not going to the ground. We're shifting so far forward, and you can tuck your toes if you need a little bit extra support. And then when we bend the elbows, it's just the chest. It's like it's a little baby chaturanga. It's a little baby yoga push-up. Yeah? So shifting back. Let's try it two more times. Shift forward, bend, press, back. Good. One more. Shift, bend, press, back. Awesome. Let's take it all the way back to a child's pose. And release the head, release the low back, release the shoulders. Now from here, walk your upper body over to the right. And let's press into the left hand, shift into that left hip, and take some deeper breaths into the whole left side body. And then come back to center. Take it over to the left. Press into your right hand, shift into the right hip. Good, deep breaths. Good, and then back to center. Let's come all the way back up to hands and knees. Walk those knees underneath the hips, the wrists under the shoulders. Let's extend the right leg back behind you, tuck your toes. Reach through that right heel, reach through the crown of your head. And now lift your right leg into the air. Bend your right knee. Good. From here, we're going to press up and lower lightly. Up. Now you're not lifting the hip, it's just pressing and back. Pressing and back. The little presses of the foot toward the ceiling. Good. Two more. Good, and now hold the leg up, extend the leg, and reach your left arm forward for that balance. Feel those front ribs wrapping towards each other. Good. And now slowly lower your left hand and lower your right knee and give the hips a little wag from side to side. Good, let's extend the left leg back, tuck the toes, reach through the heel, reach through the crown of your head. Lift your left leg into the air and then bend that left knee. Start your pulsing up towards the sky. Foot pulses. 3 more. 2, 1. Good. Extend the leg. Shift into your left hand. Reach your right arm forward. Deep breaths. And place your right hand down. Place the left knee down. Again, we're wagging the hips. Excellent. So walk yourself a little farther forward on the mat. Again, wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips. We're going to extend the right leg back, toes tucked. Extend the left leg back, plank. Lower the right knee, lower the left knee. Good. Extend the left leg back, extend the right leg back. Lower the left knee, lower the right knee. So I call these marching planks. Ready? Here we go. Right, left, lower right, left. Extend left, right, lower left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. Good. All right, let's wag those hips. Now, let's tuck the toes. From here, let's shift into your hands and float your knees a couple of inches off of the mat. Just hover. Breathe. Front ribs are wrapping, upper arms are wrapping. Good, and now we're going to take it up and back into a little downward dog with the knees bent. From here, inhale, hover the knees. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, hover the knees. Exhale, up and back. 2 more. And 1 more. Good, and now stay in this downward dog and just pedal your feet. Good, breathing into the back of each leg. Awesome. Come onto the balls of your feet. Melt your heels onto the balls of the feet. Melt the heels. Great job. And let's just walk the feet all the way forward. Fold over your legs. And just take a couple of deep breaths here. You can sway a little. You can grab opposite elbows. Good, and then release those arms and slowly roll up all the way to stand. Nice. Vertical at the top of your mat. Let's have the arms down by your sides. It's always such a moment when you first get to vertical. And I think I say that in several of my classes, but it really is this transition moment in class. And for some of you know that tends to be the time when I start music, right? Because it should be a place that's honored. The moment that you are upright, right? Just as when we were children, when we were able to stand, able to walk. Such a momentous time. So stand. In your Tadasana, feel the feet super rooted into the earth. Feel that power and that strength all the way down through your legs. Feel the breath in the belly. Good. Feel a lift through the crown of your head. Nice. Let's take the arms out to the side and up alongside the ears. And once more, clasp your hands. Flip your palms up towards the sky. Take a big full breath in, and as you exhale, tip to the right. Good. Keep both feet rooted, and you can turn your head to look underneath the left elbow. Deep, full breaths here. Good. 2 more breaths. Breathing from the belly. Inhale back up. Exhale. Inhale to the left. Good, keep rooting through the feet. You can turn your head to look underneath the right arm. Breathing in and out through the belly. Good, and then come all the way back up. Nice, release those arms. Shake up your shoulders. And then step your feet apart. You can go almost as wide as the mat. Sweep your arms back behind you, clasp your hands, let the shoulders roll back, and then extend the knuckles down. Lift up through your chest, big full breath in. As you exhale, keep the legs as lengthened as you can, but with a gentle bend. And we're gonna fold forward over those legs. Good, the knuckles can lift up any amount. And we're just gonna breathe here. Two more breaths. And let the knuckles guide you all the way back up to stand. Good, again, release. Give it a little shake out. And stand tall again. Let's sweep the arms all the way up alongside the ears. And as you exhale, bring your right knee in towards the chest. Inhale into the belly, lift your arms, place your right foot down. And as you exhale, bring that left knee in. Inhale. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale. Exhale, left knee in. Good, one more time each side. Inhale, tall. Exhale, right knee lifts. Inhale, tall. Exhale, left knee lifts. Good, and then place it down. Excellent. Let's stand in the middle of the mat. And let's step our feet wide, a little wider than hips distance. Turn your toes out, heels in, making a little bit of a diagonal with the feet. Right? And then lift your arms up and we'll make a nice big X with the body. Now, actually, before we do this, let's place one hand onto the front of our pelvis and one hand onto the back of our pelvis. And I want you to notice neutral hands. So one hand's not higher than the other. But then if you make your back hand higher, notice what happens to your pelvis. Yeah, that little tip. And then if you notice if your front hand goes higher, then you tuck. We want to keep neutral here. And just take a big full breath in. Sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows, and try not to adjust the pelvis, even if you don't go very far. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Two more times. This is goddess pose. And really make sure that your arms are just as strong as your legs here. One more. And bend. Good, now we're gonna stay here. Woo. Make sure those pelvises, pelvi are not tipping or tucking. Nice neutral pelvis. Good, and now tip over to the right. And come back to center. Tip over to the left. And center. Tip over to the right. And center. And left. Good. Center one more time each side. You got this. Right. And center. And left. And center. Good. Big breath in to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And release your arms. Good. Let's step the feet together and shake them out. Very nice. Since we're up, we might as well do a little tree pose, just because we're here. So let's stand nice and tall. Shift your weight into your left foot. And place your right foot, just start off on your ankle, even if you're a higher person. I want you to just do this progressively today, so that we're not trying to go to the end result right away, but we're really asking our body to learn and to listen. So from the ankle, bring your palms together in front of your heart. From here, feel the grounding of your left foot and let that lift the right foot a little higher. Good. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you can carefully guide, maybe you can carefully guide your right foot up into your left inner thigh. Woo. Hi, wobbly. Palms together. Good. Maybe the arms can go up. Remember that you have the choice where you stay along your journey. Good. Take 2 more breaths. And then bring your palms together in front of your heart. Reverse. So the right foot comes to the calf. The right foot goes to the ankle. And then the right foot comes down. Good. And shake it out. So remember, we don't have to go to the end, right? We have a whole yoga class to happen before Shavasana. But each pose has a journey. So take that journey, take advantage of that journey, do it, breathe it, feel it, and let it teach you something about your body. So let's try the other side. Shift into your right foot. Let's place the left foot on the ankle to start. Palms can come together. And we lift up all the way up through the crown of the head, ground into that right foot. Let the grounding of the right foot lift to the calf. Then maybe you carefully bring the left foot up to the right thigh. Stay away from the knee. And then lastly, the arms can extend. Good, deep breaths. 2 more breaths. Good, palms together in front of the heart. Left foot to your right calf, right ankle. Place it down and shake it out. Very nice, everybody. All right, let's stand back at the top of our mat. Sweeping the arms up overhead. Big full breath in. Exhale, open your arms, dive all the way over your legs. Good, bring those hands all the way up to the thighs. Bend the elbows, hug those elbows in and lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, release and fold. Good. Let's step one leg back to a lunge, doesn't matter which one. And the other one back into a downward facing dog. Breathe here. And then just lower those knees all the way down to the mat. Awesome. All right, let's take your 2 blocks and place them to the top of your mat. All right, we're just gonna step the right foot outside of the right hand and shift forward with your hips, lifting the chest. Shift back and round. Good, shift forward and lift. Shift back and round. Nice. One more shift forward. And we're going to stay here for some deep breaths. And you can stay up on your hands. You can lower onto your forearms. Coming into lizard pose, deep, full breaths. Make sure that right foot is all the way down and you're not rolling to the outside of the foot. Good, 2 more breaths. Nice, and then slowly come back up onto your hands. Shift the hips back very carefully. And place your right knee beside your left. Let's wag the hips a little from side to side. Good, and then place your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Nice. Shift the hips forward, lift the chest. Shift your hips back, round the spine. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Good, and then forward to hold. And again, you can lower down onto the forearms if that works for you. If it doesn't, then stay up on your hands. Take your deep, full breaths. Two more breaths. Nice, and then come up onto those hands again, shift the hips back, place your left knee beside your right, and wag the hips again from side to side. Now, you should notice that your hands are a little bit farther forward of your shoulders, yeah? So we're gonna shift forward and we're gonna place the elbows onto the blocks, okay? And we're gonna walk our knees back just a little bit, and we're gonna shift the hips back, and bring them up. And shift the hips back. Chest goes down through the arms and up. Good, and you'll notice that my hips are staying over my knees. They're not going back behind, but it's my chest that's releasing back. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Shift it back and bring it up. Good, 1 more time. And bring it up. Very nice, everybody. All right, let's come back up to hands and knees. Let's swing the legs around and make your way onto your back. Okay. So let's start off with the knees bent and the feet on the mat. And place your arms down by your sides. Let the palms just face down. Feet are grounded. And a nice big inhale, let's lift the hips up, keeping both feet grounded. And exhale, release the hips down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Good, now we're gonna add some arms into this. So as you lift your hips, float your arms overhead. As you exhale, release the hips and lower the arms down. 3 more. Lifting up. And lower down. Lift it up. And lower down. Good, 1 more time. Lift it up. Keep your hips lifted. Release your arms down and take a hold of one of those blocks. Slide it underneath your sacrum on the lowest or the middle height. Good. And from here, you have the option, so make sure that the block is under your sacrum and not under your tailbone. You can keep your knees bent, you can extend your legs long, and the arms can re-extend overhead. And just start to feel a nice big opening through the whole front side. From the belly, down through the hips, through the thighs. Deep breaths. Good, and then just release those arms down very carefully. Bend your knees and try to use the pressing of your feet to lift your hips so that you don't over-engage the low back. Release the hips back down, very nice. You can place your block off to the side. From here, let's bring the right knee into the chest and just hug it in. Good. And then we're just gonna start circling that right knee around. Easy circles. And the opposite direction. Good, and then just hold on to the right knee with only the right hand. Release your left arm down. And begin to take the right knee out towards the right shoulder and let your left knee tip to the left. So just a nice little opening through the hips. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Good, and then bring that right knee back into the chest. The left knee points up again. Let's take a hold of the back of the right thigh and just extend up through that leg any amount that makes sense for you. Start some circles with the right ankle. And the opposite direction. Good. Flex through the foot, point through the toes, back and forth. Good. And then the next time you flex, stay there. Release your arms down. As you inhale, let's reach the right leg forward until it hovers off of the mat. Point your toes, and as you exhale, lift the leg back up. Flex your foot, reach the leg forward. Point your toes, lift the leg back up. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, flex and reach. Exhale, point and lift. 1 more. Flex and reach. Point and lift. Good, and now keep those toes pointed and circles with the right leg. Try to keep the left hip steady. You can even place your left hand onto your left thigh. Good, and then reverse those circles in the opposite direction. Your circles, big or small. Nice. Reach that leg up, bend the knee into the chest, release the toes. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Now let's try bringing the left knee in towards the chest and see if you can take a hold of the back of your left thigh. Keep pressing the right thigh away so you open up that right hip. Deep, full breaths, in and out. Good, and then slowly release the left foot. Uncross your right ankle. Both feet are down. Big breath in. Full breath out. And bring the left knee in. Hug the knee into the chest. And then start taking just some circles with the left knee around. Good, and then circle the opposite direction. Excellent, and now just hold on with the left hand, release your right arm down, take your left knee out towards your left shoulder and tip your right knee to the right. Deep breaths in and out. Good, and then bring that knee back to the chest. Right knee points up, and let's take a hold of the back of your left thigh and extend up through the leg. Circle your left leg or left ankle, and circle the opposite direction. Good, and then flex and point a few times. Excellent, and then flex the foot, release your arms down by your side. Inhale the left leg forward until it hovers off of the mat. Exhale, point the toes, lift your leg back up. Inhale, flex and reach it forward. Exhale, point and lift. 2 more. Flex and reach. Point and lift. 1 more. Flex and reach. Point and lift. And now keep the toes pointed and start drawing those circles in the air with the whole leg. Try to keep the right hip and the right knee steady. Good, and then circle the opposite direction. Nice. 1 more, good, and then bring the knee into the chest. Release the toes, shake out that foot. Cross your left ankle over, and then bring your right knee in towards your chest and try to take a hold of the back of your right thigh. Just deep, full breaths here, letting the left thigh move away. Good, and then release that right foot down, uncross the left ankle. Take a big breath in and a full deep breath out. Very nice. Now let's walk the feet as wide as the mat. Open your arms out to the sides. And from here, just tip both knees over to the left, keeping the feet wide. So it's just like we did when we were seated. And the feet were wide, the knees were wide, and then they tipped over. So we're really isolating the hips here. And then from here, you can take your left ankle and cross it over the right thigh, only if that feels okay and doesn't feel like it's too much pressure. If it hurts the knee at all, don't do it. So wherever you are, deep breaths. Good, and then just uncross that ankle, bring the legs back to center. Feet are still wide. Tip your knees to the right. Good, and from here you can cross your right ankle over the left thigh. Only if that feels available on your hips and it doesn't hurt your knee in any way. And then uncross that ankle, bring the knees back to center, walk your feet together. Go ahead and take a big full breath in. And as you exhale, tip your knees over to the left, but this time together. And you're only going to go as far over or as far up as your right shoulder stays grounding. And then you can carefully lift and turn your head to the right. Good, and keep that right shoulder just super grounded into the earth. Breathe through your whole right ribs, right outer hip. Good, and then bring those legs back to center. Take a big full breath in. Exhale, tip your knees over to the right. Keep the left shoulder grounding this time. And then you can lift your head and turn to the left. Deep breaths through the whole left side of the body. and then again back to center. Good, let's just release your arms down by your side and begin your transition to Shavasana. So you can extend the legs forward if you have any extra clothing you'd like to put on for more comfort, more warmth. Or if you'd like a blanket under your knees or something underneath your head for more support. And we're just going to try to come to as close to neutral with the body as possible. Releasing the physical body. Settling into the breath. Allowing the mind permission once more to release anything that tries to pull you away. And instead, stay very focused on your breathing, on your Shavasana, and just let that piece of Shavasana flow through you. Start to deepen into your breathing. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, circle your wrists and your ankles. Reach your arms overhead, stretch and yawn and awaken, fingertips to toe tips, reaching. And then as you exhale, bend your knees and roll to your right side and just take a pause here. Find the safety and the comfort within your own breath, your own body, your own heartbeat. And then press into your left hand and begin to slowly make your way up to sit. And let your head really dangle all the way up. So that we come to sit very tall. Crown of the head reaching up, the palms of the hands onto the thighs. And again, your eyes can close or find a soft downward gaze. Notice your mind. Notice your breath. Notice your physical body here at the completion of this practice today. The muscles, the bones, the joints, your skin. And allow your mind to expand to the sounds just in the room that you are in. And then allowing slowly the sound from outside of the room to begin to come in, but ever so gently, still holding on to this peace that you have cultivated, so that even as you go through your day, you still are holding on to that peace, because you are that peace. And the peace within us will get us through anything. All we have to do is connect to it. And let's bring together the palms of our hands in front of our hearts, bowing our heads with gratitude for the ability to come together virtually and share in this beautiful practice, share in this breath, and share the peace and love within our hearts. I thank you for letting me guide you today. Namaste.